All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What's up? Welcome back. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling ready. As you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up. Remember our disclaimer as well, which is that day trading is risky. A lot of people are having a hard time, and so take it slow before putting out a lot of risk. Other than that, remember the live stream and recaps are never an invitation to copy trade. Copy trading does not work here. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first. Hit that thumbs up and let's get into it. Another beautiful day. So we got a question in one of the chats here asking, how do we determine a stock to trade? What is the criteria and how do we build a watch list? Well, there's a couple of key things that I'm looking for here. And to start, the number one thing really and truly for me is percentage gain. Some people will start with the news. At once upon a time ago, I used to start with the news, but the times have changed, and for me, the news catalyst is a way for the stock to gain volume. If the stock has volume with no news, I don't need there to be news. I just need volume. But anyhow, the criteria for me is, and in the order of operations, I look at percentage gain, and then from there I move on to volume, and then I look at the spreads, and then I look at the patterns, right? So in this case, WBUY, which is one of the leading stocks today, well, I'm noticing it because it's up 135% at the top of my scan, and I'm seeing it has 119 million shares of volume. What does this tell me? It tells me that the stock is pretty liquid. A lot of people are looking at it. And the next thing from there is the float, right? The float here is 84 million, which is a little higher. Ideally below 20 million is great, but it doesn't mean that the stock can't make a move because so far it has, right? And the float essentially is the shares available for the public to trade. If the float is higher, typically it takes much more volume for the stock to be able to move. When we have the lighter floats, of course, the stocks typically can move a little bit faster and be more volatile as the ratio between supply and demand, has more of an imbalance, right? When you have a limited shares, a limited float shares available to trade and lots of people, then that creates volatility, right? Which is why these stocks can move up hundreds of percent up or down in a day. And a stock like Apple, the big float stocks, billion shares floats, are usually not capable of doing something like that, right? I mean, you'd need maybe the entire concentration, well, not the entire concentration of the market, but you'd need maybe like a solid 10% of the market's volume in that one stock for it to do something that crazy, which is just not happening, right? So WBY, a stock that I've traded before, as of right now, looking pretty decent. Our previous high, we had 24.91. I'm gonna jump into the Gen chat here as well too. Which one do I want to use? What happened to the other one? There was a... Did someone delete one of the other chats? Live with the team? Why is it all the way up here? That's odd. I wonder if this one is the right one. Anyhow, I'm gonna jump down here in the Discord. This one doesn't allow any other body to speak. Like their mics will be muted. Yeah, and maybe I take some trades on this. on this WBUI here. I'm curious to see how the fills will be on a stock sub $1 with my offsets. So I'm actually just gonna take a 5,000 share position here just to see something. Rejected. And why? Oh, okay. I'm glad they didn't do that. Your limit. It's not clear. It's not really clear what they're saying, but I'm guessing the offset might be too big. Yeah, it's saying it could have been filled up there at like 43 or something. So at least that's good because, imagine getting filled up there and then taking that loss, right? So maybe I'll have to program different hotkeys for stocks below $1. And I was using 5,000 shares. Maybe I should have, put out a smaller order than that to test it out, right? What am I thinking here? Could have started the day down 1K or something, just casually. Not the smartest move there. But anyhow, that's fine. So I saw yesterday that you guys had a good time on FOXO. When I left to see my accountant, I got there at 12 p.m. or like 12:10. I got there at 12:10. I didn't leave there till like 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I think 5 o'clock. Yeah, we started talking about stuff, and before you know it, it's just 5 hours gone. But I should have been here trading this thing, right? I mean, it looks like people did well in the chat room. When I left, I saw this candlestick here, and I asked in the chat if people capitalized, and everyone was like, yeah, this thing was holding nicely on this pattern here, on this curl back up, and it just took off, right? FOXO, around like 11:30 market time yesterday, from 36 cents to 50 cents in one candle. Man. And then from there, we uptrended, it pulled back, and then kept going. But in terms of pre-market trades, okay, it's 8:56. We're about to hit 9 a.m., which means if something else is going to come over $1, it's probably going to happen soon. So I'll write up the watch list quickly, and then I'll prepare for 9 a.m. just in case something does move over $1. I could use the ladder on WBUI here, which is maybe not a bad thing. So there's WBUI, BNZI, MDJH, ENSC, and CYN. A lot of these stocks are sub $1 stocks. And Tim looking like he has a pretty similar watch list up there as well. Shout out to Tim. BNZI, unless we do gain some volume at 9, right? For right now, we're not really seeing much, but in terms of potential setups, break of 3, maybe there'll be an early entry around 90, 95, but VWAP is at 311, so over 3, we could see resistance at 311 area if it does go. CYN seems like the pullback is too low for red to green. So that leaves us with just sub $1 stocks. So maybe no trades pre-market today until the open. I'm going to check out the ladder just to see how it looks on WBUI. The uptrend started at 849. It's currently 58. So we could see a bit of a pullback here. I want to test out a couple orders here. I don't like how you have to keep scrolling with this thing, man. How do people use this? How do people use this ladder, man? And are so quick whilst day trading. It's insane. This is like a disaster. Shout out to all the ladder traders who are like very fast and efficient with this. I'm guessing for stocks that are sub $1, it's gonna be a little bit trickier considering
ZSL, DUG, EPV, EWV, EUN, EFU, BITI, BOIL, SSG, TWN, SH, SKF, SMN, SEF, SDP.
my scanner just went crazy right there, man. Yeah, so no pre-market trades today. We'll wait for the opening bell. It's pretty early. We'll see what we get. But hopefully we're able to answer the question for the person asking about what we look for. As mentioned, percentage gain, volume, float, spreads, pattern. Now, if you don't know any of the patterns we trade, then that's a bit of a different story. At that point, I'd recommend checking out the curriculum. CYCC pushing up, fresh stock here at 9 a.m. Lighter volume though, also at 50 cents. I think I'm just gonna go through with my due diligence, map out my trend lines, and just prepare for the open here. I'm gonna check my account settings here, so I gotta switch my screen. That way I don't expose my account number. And I need a screenshot of this. All right. Do I want to try a breakout trade here? And here I am going maybe trading pre-market. Oh, 31.7, 31.5. Not bad. 32. $32.66 for the highs. There's 32.4. There's 32.9. There's 33. Oh, was there a spread there? Why didn't we? Yeah, I guess there was a spread. We are selling on the bid too. I can sell on the ask. I probably better off selling on the ask here to get out. The only problem though is dealing with partial fills.
SRS.
Like if I get partial fills, it'll slow me down so much in the trades. Having to adjust the number in the active trader. There's 34.69. Oh, it's opening up a little bit. 37. $35. No fill. Try to buy the bitch there. It looks pretty healthy, but we got to get back over 36. I'm gonna buy aggressively if it breaks down and reclaims. But it might just go here. 35.9. I might also take it over 36. Why am I not like am I on the right stock here? Am I not what the Oh, what's going on? Why is my P&L not moving? Am I going crazy? Or is it my size just too small? It's coming down a little bit. Well, I had to make sure I wasn't on the wrong stock right there because I'm like, what? But it looks like I'm just actually getting decent fills coming out despite selling on the bids. It is within 1 penny, so I guess it makes sense. But it's coming down. I think this can be good. I've definitely been thinking a lot about sticking around, and I've made up my mind to stick around. So I'll be here all day today. It's gonna, of course, push back other things, but I think that's fine. Yesterday we just had to leave for that meeting, but today we're gonna be good to go. crap, and I'm muted. Great. I'd I'd rather hear the cough on stream than go muted for 5 minutes. Jeez. Ah, man, I'm gonna go insane. You know, I actually, what was it, on Monday? I checked up for the screen, the software. I couldn't find anything good. If you guys have any that you know of, let me know. Bro, I'm gonna go crazy. All right, it's time to get ready for the open. Yesterday I didn't make the recap because, as mentioned, but by the time I got back here, it was like 6 p.m. and then, I went to the gym. After the gym, it's like 8:30, so I'm like, okay, we'll just do the recap tomorrow. So I ended the day flat yesterday where I walked off from the live stream. So after the fees, we probably ended red like $200. But definitely sticking around for FOXO would have been nice. That beautiful move that we had. So I'm gonna just get a couple trend lines going here, and then I'll be good to go. I'm gonna jump up top and lock in. Tomorrow I'll be in Gen 1. I kind of just jumped in here, figured it was a little early, but we got a decent turnout, so tomorrow I'll be back in Gen 1. That way everyone's mic will work, and if you guys want to, say a call out or just be a part of the conversation, you can. And I'll be back in, I don't know if I'll be back at 11 a.m. exactly, but I'll be back whenever something is moving. Because I'll be here all day today. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Store slacking. For those of you tuning in on the YouTube live stream, I'm curious, right? How many of you guys are consistently profitable? I'm gonna put a poll and answer truthfully. And when I say consistently profitable, I mean month after month after month. You're green, even if it's small green. Let's say like $500, $50, because we understand that share size is relative, right? I'm gonna put a poll. Let me know what percentage of you guys are green traders versus red traders as of this moment. Just gonna put the two answers as green versus red. Well, I'll also put break even. I'll put a third option. It's 9:18. I'll just get a couple trend lines and I should be good to go. CYN, how are we doing? Looking like a stock for the open. Pre-market highs 640. And I guess another appropriate question would be, are you guys all trading the hyper scalping style, or are you trading different strategies? Because I remember a while back, some people, they'll be here hanging out, but they're only trading options. Some are trading large caps. So far, we have 50 votes out of the 300 people here, and we have 26% of people consistently green, 56% of people red, and 16% break even. I'm here for the comedy and the bear meat recipes. What's this guy's name? There's a guy on Instagram, man. There's this guy in down there in, I think, Texas or Louisiana, one of these states. I'm gonna find out his page. He has some great content on like cooking alligators and smoking bear legs and all sorts of craziness. The stuff looks pretty good, man, but some people will not eat that type of wild meat. Tesla, yeah, Tesla doing, Tesla and Elon Musk, man. Those guys seem to have a good friendship, and Elon Musk uh endorsed Trump throughout his campaign of like 100 million plus. So Trump wins, which he did. More than likely, Tesla will have a positive, move, and it did. So it makes sense. Check, check. All right, let me get a few trend lines going here. Who did I vote for? We're not gonna get into that. Politics is too touchy of a conversation. Guyana, the best country in the world. I don't know, man. Most Guyanese people don't even live there. They live outside. They live in US and UK and Canada. Okay, locking in. CYN. CYN. Split up quickly. We're up 43%. And we have 16 million shares of volume. We got lows around 5, highs around 640. Daily chart. Daily chart looking decent. Room to 6 to 7. And then perhaps 10. I need a couple of levels here. So if you guys go back to July 15th, we had a high point of 1067 with a high volume candle. I think that's the most obvious candlestick that we have that's in the vicinity. The 200 EMA is at 1377. I think those are the two key levels actually I'm going to watch out. Right before July, we had a reverse split. And I think maybe that, along with a news headline, is what got the volume into the stock that day. And since then, we've been selling off and going sideways. And today, we're getting our first major move up. So can we see a retest of the pre-market highs and hopefully an uptrend up there to 7, 8, 9, if possible 10 for CYN. WBUY, we've already touched on a little bit here. This one in particular up 190%, currently at 32 cents. For sure, we've been seeing the penny stock. The penny stocks have been shining. If we're to be honest, yes, we had the RUG and a couple other stocks go from 10 to 20, or maybe 5 to 10, but the penny stocks have been the most consistent stocks maybe in the last 3-month stretch. Not everybody loves them. The fees are high on them if you're using a lot of size, but they've been going up to like 60 cents, 80 cents, a dollar, $1.50. So we can't underestimate stocks like WBUY today. So the new pre-market highs here are 37. Just to take a quick look at the daily again. We did have some bigger candles and gap up that sold off, but as of right now, we don't have any major resistance up until 63 cents, and then the 200 EMA, which is around 70. So I'm going to be watching 63 cents, which would be another 100%, right? Isn't that crazy? And then 70 cents, 72 is what Thinkorswim is telling me here for the 200 EMA on the daily chart. So WBUI, we'll see. MDJH, another cheaper stock, which could also do something. Up 57%, did pull back a little from its highs, which were all the way up there around 34. Right now, the low of the pullback around 22. MDJH daily chart. It's been selling off and it gapped down, has been selling off recently. We had a low of about 14 cents. Now, if we're to continue climbing, 50 cents could be an area to keep an eye on. And then, other than that, perhaps 72, 83, and then the 200 EMA at 105. Can this go to $1 today? It's possible. It's possible. All right, MDJH looking decent. Notice that I do not look at the news catalyst anymore, right? All I need to know is that this stock is up 60%, 122 million shares of volume, and that it could be volatile. I can double check on the float here for each of these stocks as well. MDJH, if I'm to come down, the float is at 15 million. 15 million share float with 122 million share volume. There's an imbalance, right? There's way more volume being traded for what the float can really handle, and so that will give us opportunity volatility, and that's where scalping, and especially hyper scalping, can be, done properly. So MDJH, we'll see if it does something, maybe not, right? All depends. There's also ENSC, which really and truly gave a good move in pre-market, or let's say after hours, what is currently maybe backside. And I'm only saying that because we have other cheaper stocks that are looking decent. I'm going to clear my drawing set. 92, I got to turn on my screen recording. 92.9. Let me do that right now because I'm going to forget. I almost forgot already. So let's turn on our screen recordings if we have not already. Somebody talking crazy in the chat. They need to be sent to the depths. We had 50%. How many votes? We had 166 votes. I'll end the poll. The wildest meat, I think I ate turtle before. If you have a pet turtle, I'm sorry. Curry turtle. I had curry turtle, curry duck. I mean, curry everything, right? Where I'm from, they curry everything. Curry goat, curry crab, curry everything. All right. We had 50% of people say that they're not consistent. Honestly, the numbers are better than the statistics, which is 9 out of 10 people, right? So that's a good, but how can we get those numbers to be higher? I think that's the key. Screen recording looks good. So which stock do I want to watch into the open here? Which one has the most potential? Well, BNZI, it doesn't seem like it's going to be this one. So I'll rotate back to it, but maybe not. CYN, I think I'll watch into the open. And I'll keep WBUY on screen. I'll keep MDJH on screen. And I'll go from there. Looking to start slow. And then as I determine a strong stock, I'll look to get aggressive early, capitalize on the uptrend, ease off on the pullbacks, and just play the longevity game since I'm going to be here mostly all day. So slow and steady. Don't need to be a hero in the first minute of the day. Just going to take it easy, be patient, try to get some good opportunities here. I did eat alligator before too, one time. Tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken. Some people eat that regularly depending on where they're from, so it might not be so wild of a meat, right? Some people are disgusted by that, and that's fine. But anyhow, let's lock in. Here's the open CYN. What is it going to be? If it rejects 75 here, will it reject it again? 50. Only 7 cents. It did get through. So I'm going to give it a shot to keep going here. Well, maybe not. And I'm getting bad slippage because that was a break-even trade. There, I should have been like net green, like 150 there between those two trades. But it's coming down, so I'm gonna just do a quick rotation. BNZI, how are we doing? Not much better. ENSC. Could still be a little early for ENSC. But maybe worth having on screen. Just in case.
TTEC.
Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We do appreciate it. ENSC, there's a seller at 74. $72.5, 73. WBUY also curling back up.
QMMM. PCTTU.
Taking the dip, WBUI, tight stop. Damn. She is tanking. 27.10, any bet was that low, huh? And ENSC sneaking up whilst I'm looking away. They got over that big seller. Yeah, well, there's a bit of spread there. Oh, man. All right, let's just take that loss. This one, I think the volume here might be too light.
AXGN. NDRA.
We got a couple of halted stocks hitting scans, maybe worth looking at to see if any are good. ENSC has potential, but I think we just need a little bit more volume. I'm gonna try one more time here. Can I get something out of this stock? If not, I'll leave it alone for a few minutes. gave that time, bro, and then at the moment I sell, it goes. There was a hidden seller there, but it broke all the way to 80. It's always close, you know. It's all most trades are pretty close trades. The fine line.
KGBR.
Fine line, as they say. Fine line. It hasn't bounced, but it hasn't really dipped either. What's it gonna be? 79. 78.7. That might have been the low right there. I'll try. 78.3. Can we see 80 again?
DXYZ.
And there's nothing happening. The NSC. I think I'm on the right stock for now, but we gotta see if it starts to move. Okay. But can we hold up that type of move, though?
TTEC.
And my share size is somewhat small here. Maybe I need to put a little bit more kick behind these trades. Kick. Maybe more kick is what I need here. But yet again, the volume, I can't forget the volume. Maybe I do 12,000. The volume isn't so high to where I can go crazy. We'll find out soon enough, though. As it starts to open up, more traders are going to jump on it, and it's going to become more liquid. KB, are you in town today? I haven't seen KB in a while.
PCTPU.
Aggressive. Most aggressive. But will it pay off? 82.50. Oh, dang. 82.50. 84.50. It's going. I could have been back in 82.50. Didn't take it. Thought that might have been too aggressive.
BIO.
Is it just gonna go? I might chase it here. And I almost got blazed.
AXGN. NDRI.
Taking 79 dip. Good fill. Can we... I need more screen real estate, man. Can we maintain ourselves here? I'm going to increase my size too, because it seems like my fills are still good. I got to push to the extremes here to find out. WBUI, by the way. Nice red to green there. See, it's not really great that two stocks are moving. The attention is going to be split. And maybe the follow through might not be as great. as it should be. It's good. I'm gonna stick to this one because I've already been doing well. Over 85. Can I get a baby pullback? Can we retest?
KGBI.
It's not instant. Do not go and help me. Oh my god. This one has to be better than the other one. There's just no way. Bro, I'm taking the right trades and then I'm in and the stock just not showing me that instant immediate follow through. 90. My fill wasn't the best right there. Come on, KB.
DXYZ.
I sold that too soon. I'm gonna lose my mind here, man. I'm making a few mistakes myself too. Got to be better. No problem. No problem. Double bottom, no good. Taking the loss. And maybe time to ease off. The uptrend could be over with this new 5-minute candle. In which case, I'm going to take a back seat. There could be a good bounce coming, but I'm fine missing it. I only want to trade the uptrend. Okay, there is a bounce. Low 81, right back to 85, so that's good. And now I'm wishing I took the bounce. But that's all right. Dang, to 88. Wow. See what the market does to you.
QMMM.
Freak. I is it gonna go? It might go 90.
QMMM.
Are we holding above 90? That initial push was to 93. '89, 60 holding for now. No, not quite. Bro, how many times is that already? I don't need to be perfect, but we gotta hold some of them a little longer. Don't start with that slow fill now. Come on. Let's keep to standard here. I'm gonna jump in. Can we sneak a big move here? It should go. But it's not like ripping like it's like we 96, 97. I'm gonna start to size down because it's gonna start to drop more. Like it's gonna have these massive drops. And one drop like that, you're gonna give back half. For now, until it slows down a little bit more. The size back up. So what was that? 93 from 97, 98? Surprised it held up there. Okay. Fuck. Might get blade. Oh, let me just sell that. Yeah, these once they start to get a little too volatile, you gotta expect these drops. And I got caught right there. Good thing they sized down a bit. Maybe that's it. Is the uptrend over? 89. We did time. We got 3 minutes. It's possible it curls up. We got 3 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. I don't want to be too aggressive here. Just giving it a small try around the VWAP area. Seeing if we get a little something something.
VSTE. LFST.
The VWAP is at 84 cents. The 5-minute candle has 2 minutes. If it's gonna curl up, it better start curling now.
QNNN.
I don't think it's gonna curl up. We needed like a double bottom and then right back up, or like break down, reclaim, right back 88, 89. This is not looking like that. You know what I didn't do though? I didn't push my share size to the max. When I got to 20,000, I stopped. I could have kept going maybe to like 35,000, but let's rotate to something else just to see if the NCI no good. CYN no good. ENSC no good. We gotta fall into this type of a groove, right, where it's like only trading stocks that's gonna make sense, right? Now I'm gonna check the scans. And what's this? NNE? DUONNE? Is that NNE? Oh, not much there. DUO. But I need glasses pretty soon here. And how's my tint? Oh wow, WB. Okay, WBUI taking over. $39 for highs right there. This one seems liquid, like very liquid. I'm gonna go up to like 30,000 to start. What's the so high 39? We came it from 31. It seems a little thicker for sure, which could mean more delayed moves. I'm gonna actually come down to 17 to try to gain a rhythm first. So that low 36.45, it's moving though right back to 38. Chasing here a little bit. It's gonna work. Do we have what it takes to get over 40? Not quite. Well, okay. There's a bid. Oh, I'm not in a great rhythm here yet. The thicker float, for sure.
VSTE. LFST.
The 41.50, 41. 40.30. 40, 39. Oh, I tried for 39. I'm gonna get the high fill. That was bad. It's a cent higher, cent and a half higher fill. I'm already seeing this one, it's good, but it's having a harder time here. And there's two big bids, it's gonna push it up, and I'm not in on that dip I should have been in. $43.7,
MMM.
4. Taking 40.70. All right, a winning trade. Better than nothing. And so we start. Now we're rolling. Now we're hot. Now we're like Steph Curry in the playoffs. Not with that fill. Is it gonna go? Moon? Maybe not. 4310. Not good. Now I'm out here looking like Ben Simmons, brother. The slums. We got the low 41. We got this. We got this. We'll see if this 5 minute candle holds up. If not, we might see a bit of a bigger pullback. This one being a little thicker, heavier, definitely comes with its challenges, I think. And that meaning everything is a little bit more delayed. So I think the adjustment might be, if it's not breaking down, give it the chance. But the moment it does, like maybe move down like an inch, then I try to cut it as quickly as possible. Because I'll be selling too soon here a lot of times and like not getting the move. And the other stock was much more, like much quicker. So I'm gonna go 40,000 size, and then we're gonna see how it goes. High accuracy trades here. High accuracy trades. All right. Nice. Oh wow.
QNNN.
I have to be accurate with this type of size because I'm gonna lose everything in like one loss. 42 still holding. High stakes trading. I was hoping for a better fill on that dip, but I got filled on the ask. 7/10 of a penny. Higher fill than I would have liked. This is key here for us to double bottom and not go lower. So far, so good. Good sign, good reaction. What I need is like to make 2 cents on one big trade to give me some nice cushion. Bro. Oh my gosh. Can the orders not lag, man? I mean, I know the volume isn't as high as it was just now, but this is why I gotta wait for the up. I can do well on this stock. I just have to wait for the uptrend. Watch this. Watch if we get this next move here. I think we can do very well very quickly here. We got this in the bag. We have the game plan. Now it's time to execute. One. What? Oh, what was my fill? What was my fill, son? Bro, I thought I was up like 300 already in that trade, man. All right, let me not. Can't complain. Just gotta keep going. 41.95. High of the last. Complaining leads to missing trades.
QNNN.
So far, 41 being 40, 41 being a bit of a support for now. Let's say 40. I'm not seeing those bids. Okay, there they are. Can we break down and reclaim? 42. That could have been so much better. That could have been if that was fast, that could have been such a massive trade, man. But better late than never. We're coming down a bit. Be careful here. I'm not taking this, waiting. bit of a longer 5-minute pullback, perhaps, as we're breaking down the low of the consolidation. I think I'm going to give it a good minute or two and wait for the uptrend again. Bro. Well, I'm using massive share size here. That's part of why I'm able to be up or down in such speed. I had 80,000 shares on the dip for the reclaim, but it didn't go. Okay, it looks like it might be curling. Dialing back in. 39. The volume is lower. I'm gonna come to half size because I already saw what happened last time. So I'm gonna drop the 20k size here. But once the volume pick back up, I need maybe I'll try 50k this time.
K-E-L-Y.
I missed the trade there. Fixing my ladder, not good. Sellers at 40. 100,000 shares, which is not that much. You know, a big bid on this stock is going to be like 400,000 to 500,000. Anything over that is going to be a solid bid. Like 700-800k bid. Million bid. Million share bid. 40-20, 40-50. 40-30. And we're coming down. Okay, this is fine. I don't really need a ton of trades here right now.
GLXG.
Don't you do it to me. It's coming
QNNN.
down a bit. 37. Making new low. I tried for the reclaim there. It's making new lows. Only giving it 2 attempts, getting back on the sidelines. I'm just gonna do a quick walkthrough of the watch list. BNZI, no good. CYN, no good. ENSC, MDJH, WBUY. ENSC really didn't hold up, man. NMHI. NMHI. Pennies, brother. I catch a loss. And I probably should have jumped back in. Almost a full penny loss trying to get that dip. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on W buy, but NMHI for now. Could have already been back green if I was locked in here. So let's get into it. 31, 31, 10 for highs. Good green candle for WBUI. There's 31. There's 31, 10. And there's selling. And MHI. Well, never mind. I'm gonna chase this. Do not blaze me. Do not blaze me. Do not. Good. Great.
KELYB.
Aggressive trading there. 34. I don't really like the word chasing either. I probably shouldn't say that. But I'm buying higher under the assumption that the stock will go higher. Chasing sounds bad. 35.10. Dip, dippity dip, dip. My fills must have been brutal right there. Whoa, what's going on? The low of the candle is 32. High is at 34.80. There's a seller, small seller. Can we break
QMMM.
for 34.80? Bro, how's the halt down at 17 cents? What? The halt up at 47 cents. So wide.
QMMM.
37.30 for highs. 38 for highs. That was a good dip, but it still dipped a little in the spreads there. Should have probably bought back 36. 36.50. Yep, 37. Got to be quicker to get back in. Got to be quicker to get back in, brother. $38 hive day. 38.8. I'm gonna chase this one as Well, it didn't quite go. Oh, son of a gun. Who's messaging me? Bye. No time for messaging, brother. 40. Is this a false breakout? Maybe not. It might not be, but it's definitely a bigger pullback here for now. Time, the candle's young. I'd like to think we could curl back up, but nothing is guaranteed here. And I'm taking a massive... Oh, crap. Well, crap. Well, red, green to red. Oh, that's tragic. All right. I shouldn't have took that last trade there to be safe, but fine, whatever. WBUI. That's the first time I'm gonna have that order confirmation all day, man. And look at how this thing's gonna dip and rip. 35 to 40. Are you kidding me? See, if I avoid taking that trade where I knew it was risky, we're up 400 bucks and I probably catch the dip going up. Plus, that's the difference between plus 1K and red. Fine line. Crazy. It's 43 for the high. Stock is still bullish, which is good. Gotta be careful of the low pullback still. As quickly as it can come, it can go. You guys know the deal. The good old market.
GLXG.
That's a good trade right there. Two good trades. Nice, nice.
QMMM.
What was the low? 35, 60.
QMMM.
Oh, come on. 36.10. 35.9, 35.2, 35. What I gotta do, I gotta not trade the downtrend. I gotta not trade the downtrend. Just do not trade the downtrend. WBUI back over 40 could be big. Switching back to WBUY. But We should have ended there up like 700. Big fumble on my side. No one to blame but myself. Got to be a little bit better. Knowing that area was high risk to ease off and not be so aggressive. Forty 30. Can we get 41? There's 40 60. Uh, I'll take 40 60 on WBUI. What? Wait. What? Did I just. What? Don't. Yo, what's going on? Why did I lose 500? What? How? How's that possible? Bro, I'm gonna go crazy here. Ah, gotta control the emotions. Maybe I should hide my P&L off the screen. Bro, I had like 2 or 3 winning trades and I lost 500. Alright, let me size down a little bit. Am I on the right stock or something? Like, am I on the wrong stock? And I'm getting distracted here, missing trades. Oh, what the? You see what happens? Bro, this is not cool, man. Wow. Well, no one to blame but myself. Getting distracted. We gotta lock in. Alright, let's see. 54 for the highs. 54 for the highs. What a move. Yeah. There's a fine line. You know, if those trades are not losing trades and I'm locked in there, there's a great chance I catch that entire candle there because of how fast it went up. And I'd be up here 9K, 10K. 54 for the highs, 47. Over 47, we got 49, not bad.
GLXG.
I'm gonna try 46. Man. There's 49.6. Can we retest? Well, I'll take the penny. There's resistance. Well, will it keep going? Be careful of a drop. Not the fill. I tried for the ask right there. Not the best fill. Hmm. The lowest 48. 48 for the lows. Will this 5 minute red candle here hold up? Will we continue to consolidate and then try for the new highs? If we see more pullback, I'll ease off and wait. Time 28:46. Candle has 1 minute.
QMMM.
You know what got me frustrated there just now is that I thought I had 3 great winning trades, and I look back at it and I was down 500. But the mission is the same, right? Stay focused, doesn't matter. What is checking out the P&L log is going to do for me? Nothing. Take your eyes off the road
GLXG.
and you can miss a key indicator. looking away, then I missed my turn. Missing the big move. We might be curling up here, so getting back involved. Good fills. Scratch trade. There's 49.5. This might be too aggressive. Waiting. Oh. 50. $54 for highs. There's 51. Oh, that's brutal. Damn. And I gave that time too. That was kind of high. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. 48. That's like a $600 turnaround to catch that dip and avoid the loss. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Good. 48 for the lows. I'm getting a little inaccurate here. There's a small bid, not huge. 49.5 or so. There's 50. I should have took that high. Should have took that high. Yeah. Come on, Bastor. Trying again.
GLXG.
False breakout. I didn't take the dip 48, which which was our previous resistance, our support rather. If it holds here, the 5-minute candle is still alive and might try again very soon. Because we're still a green candle, it's going to close. It might just try again pretty soon here. I'm going to size down. I'm getting slippage, lag, and the art is filling fast. It's pretty high. It could drop here, but I'm trying still. Mm. If it would have went right there, I would have missed it. False breakout. False breakout. Well, it's still holding. I'm gonna try again. Come on. Come on. Moon. And it is struggling to go. Struggling to go here. I think I'll try 56 though. It's strong. A lot of selling here. A lot of selling. But it's continuing to hold. I might just ease off completely because it should have been a little bit more instant. Could end up being a big drop coming here. Maybe best to be a little on the safer side. I was going to take 56, but I think I might let it go. 56, 55.80. All right, 56. Giving it a shot. It should open up like crazy here. It should like moon at some point. It hasn't happened yet. Still got to be careful of dips. 56.10. I'm gonna try again. Tighten it up. Okay. Ah. I botched the whole thing, man.
chew in.
It's a good dip, but I didn't. I lost a couple $100 there. Let's see. Low 53. There's a new 5-minute candle, so we got to be careful of a downtrend. Although we are pretty bullish right now. It's just so disappointing to know how these silly mistakes can cost you so much, man. And then, like a slap in the face, the stock just goes up so much in that candle. Wow. NMHI. NMHI. Curling up. Like imagine being in the middle of a war, right? Like like as in Roman times, like you're in the arena as a gladiator. And then you take 15 seconds to complain because you didn't put up your shield properly. It's like you're gonna already be dead. What am I doing? These guys like Hercules and Achilles and all these other guys, when they go out there into battle, it's just straight pace and power, just focus. No time to complain. All right, WBUI coming back to it. The 1-minute candle making a new high, 54. Maybe no bounce here. Pennies are back, man. The pennies are officially back. Focus, gotta focus, gotta focus. Could have gotten more out of that. Feels like RuneScape mining clay and going to the Grand Exchange, trading these penny stocks. For those of you who ever played RuneScape before, I quit that game after I got my full rune armor. And then I went into PvP and I was going up against a guy that was like similar specs. And then we both were basically about to die. I teleport to the was it not the Grand Exchange? I forgot what the base that castle was called, like the home castle. And there's another person just waiting in a freaking Santa Claus suit with a bow and arrow as I was running inside to regain my HP. This guy sniped me, man. Lost all my rune armor. And that was the day I quit. Quit that game, man. RuneScape. There was like some popular ones. RuneScape and then what was this other one called? World of Warcraft. Back when I was a full-time gamer. Barely passing in school and going home to game. We are in pullback territory on WBUY, which means it's time to rotate. Is something else moving? Very disappointed that I didn't keep my composure in that area. Give myself a chance on that bigger green candle. If you catch that green candle, your day has been tripled or quadrupled. Maybe even quintupled, if that's how you say that word. Man, like why would I stop to look at this log right here? Why? There's nothing here that could have helped me. This is already in the past. I can spend 10 years looking at this after 4 p.m. during the recap. Someone, a better version of myself that didn't get frustrated caught that move. It's been a good day to this point. Well, I'm gonna be here till 4 p.m. We're at 3.9 on the day. So it's been a solid day of the penny stocks. And we're waiting patiently, hopefully for round 2, 3, and 4 because I want some more. Not gains necessarily, but I want more. I need more momentum. There are some people in the chat room who specifically trades below $2 only. And it makes sense, like, losing on the penny stocks, it can happen if we're not trading it exactly how it should be traded. which is these quick trades, right? The moment I start holding and like giving these things room to pull back, sometimes they're not respecting the dip, let's say the support levels, and then they're just dropping. So quick in and out, scalping equals green. A famous quote from Marcelo 3 years ago. Scalping equals green. Hyper scalping equals big green. Spartan. Spartan has found his way, man. The first MMU student to ever buy the course is now profitable. Congratulations to Spartan. And if you guys have noticed, Spartan has been on every team house trip. Every team house trip. Spartan is basically part of the team house at this point. Spartan. I guess he has to change his name to Leonidas after becoming green, right? NMHI. Moving up again. Could be good if it holds up above 33 area. Damn. Lucas 7.8 million shares of volume. Beam 5.5. I gotta step up my game, bro. I'm out 1.5 million in, 1.5 million out. I'm still trading baby size here. Which means we probably got a couple of 10K days in Discord. Shout out to the chat room. Getting it done. $33, $32.10. This thing is coming down a little too much. We got BNCI, which was no good. Christmas tree setup. CYN, no good. ENSC, no good. Well, right now, no good. MDJH, not much. NMHI, still keeping an eye on it. And WBUY is in pullback territory for now. DJT having trouble. Man, could you guys believe Marcelo's on the phone with me? We're talking about other stuff, but it cut like it's man, this is crazy. I had this thing on a silver platter in front of me and I was too fearful to buy. Like if like I forgot I could just manage risk and go in with an amount I was comfortable with a stop in place. Like what was I thinking? Fear. Fear. We must eliminate fear from our trading. I'm watching WBUI here that it's curling. We did get 45 to 48. Volume not as high. But could be the start of something.
TKC.
Nick, it's time to go full time, brother. With days like that, it's time to go full time. Oh, and I'm missing trades here. 46 to 40. Oh man, let's get locked in. 51. This thing is still strong here. From 44 to 51. And from 46 to 51 in that recent dip. There's a lot of selling. It's gonna bounce. There's a lot of selling there. It's gonna bounce still. It's gonna be a good bounce. 5 minute candle still strong, and we got a minute. Not the greatest trade there. That was pretty high fill. Volume is definitely a little lighter here. That's a great trade right there. There's 52. The ask was pretty high right there. I guess maybe I could have held for a second. Can we get through 53? Can we get through 53? Bit of a pullback there. I gotta stop the recording, start a new one. Let's go ahead and do that now. Another beautiful day in the markets. The team is locking in. Come on. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're a new viewer. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It does help out the channel. We got about $400 in fees right now. So whatever this P&L is, we got a minus 400. I got about 2 million shares in, 2 million shares out. Thank goodness for margin accounts, right? So right now it's just a waiting game for the next uptrend. But I should keep an eye on it though, because I leave a lot of money on the table, letting the first full green candle happen. Probably best to participate in it to some degree. There's 50. Hmm. Okay. There's gonna be a balance, but that's all right. I don't need to catch it. Okay, let's see. What are the comments saying today? Why are there fees on Thinkorswim? There's no commissions, but there are some like SEC fees that are passed on to the customer. Has to do with how much shares you're trading. On a day like today where we trade a lot of shares, we'll definitely feel more of a hit. Yeah, and Jim got it right on the spot there. Shout out to Jim. So yeah, no matter which broker you're using, we're gonna all still have to pay those fees. What broker would I recommend to someone trying to get over PDT? Well, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab. Don't forget that your funds will settle the next day. And I guess it depends on how much you're starting with, but you have to have something in your account, right? You're starting with 5K, 10K. 10K, like I think like 10, 15K is decent cash for a good couple of key trades every day. In fact, I'm gonna be doing it more. I'm gonna be doing that more like after stream. I have money in like a IRA account that I need to build over 25K. I honestly should have been doing more of it this year, but I haven't been. So I think what's in there for like 14 is in there. And I think I might be able to even contribute another 7,000. I gotta double check. Oh, and so that gets the PDT. I'm probably gonna be trading in that account much more. Yeah, Tesla, Tesla, man, Tesla. Tesla doing its thing. 297, gunning for that big 300.
Is all. Big.
Now it's looking more like a magnificent 7.
QMMA.
Nvidia finally breaking over 40. What was that, like 43? We'll see if it continues on an uptrend. You go back in time, I guess the best investment to buy is Bitcoin because of how cheap it was and how fast it ended up going up. Just don't forget your passcode.
QMMA.
Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Where's my accent from? Guyanese, South American. The only English speaking country on the continent. Sadly, I speak no Spanish or Portuguese, which would have been nice. Would have been great to be able to speak 2 languages. I do trade pre-market. I've been trading pre-market the last 10 days. Sadly, I've been red. I have been red. The pre-market action has been great though, despite me being red. I will say we've had some amazing moves. The first 3-4 days, honestly, I wasn't really ready. Yeah, I had to come with pace and power, man, to just be jumping in because the stocks are flying. September, I did 4K. Green month, biggest month ever. Trading real money since May, but October I lost all my gains. Took a 6K loss. Holding trades too long. Not cutting the losses fast. I think one of the biggest reasons why people hold trades too long is because they're not always thinking of their trade plan as they're getting in or before, and typically should be before you're in the trade. So hey, I'm buying this stock in XYZ area because I think there's support and it's likely that we can curl up to XYZ profit target, or XYZ price where I can take profits, right? So let's just, for an example, we're at $5, the stock drops down to 480. 480 happens to be support, maybe pre-market highs, VWAP, 200 EMA. Let's say all these things are at 480. And you really like the level, and you're in at 482. Maybe you're in 481, somewhere there. And you're thinking to yourself, hey, we can retest $5 and perhaps continue higher to 520. And so you can potentially make 20 to 40 cents on this trade, and your risk, let's say 10 cents, because you're already buying so close to support that if we start to break down too much, you're willing to cut the trade, right? Because your hypothesis, your thesis is no longer working. A lot of the times people they'll buy it at that 480, and they're not thinking about what an appropriate stop is, right? So your risk to reward, typically, can we do 2-to-1 or better? Meaning, if I'm risking 10 cents, can the reward potentially be 20 cents or better? So can I be selling at $5 with a risk of 470, risking 10 cents of my entry, right? So if you're not really thinking about that every time before you go into a trade, it's possible the stock could drop and then you not know what to do, or you become a deer in the headlights. And so something else to also understand is that it's not a matter of if, but when. When you get blazed, meaning the stock teleports down past your stop loss. It goes from 480 some way, somehow, despite how good the volume was looking, the charting was looking, stock teleports down to 420. Right then and there, your hypothesis is failing miserably, and you need to cut the trade as fast as you possibly can and salvage any losses. Holding and hoping and averaging down, you'll only put yourself at more risk. And so this is the importance of a trade plan. And part of that plan is knowing that stocks can sometimes be irrationally weak in good setups. And whenever that happens, you have to know, like, hey, cut the loss, right? It's almost like if you're signing up for a new job and someone is telling you the job description and what's required of you to be proficient and successful at that job. And that's part of risk management here. And so, for any of us, there's no excuse in not cutting the trades and holding it and hoping. Because remember, the markets are merciless. Even if the trade curls all the way back up from 420 to 480 and you're saved, the market is only enticing you to do that same thing again so it can get you next time. It might even work twice, 3 times in a row. And then you start to feel very confident and comfortable. Oh, big flush down past my stop. I'm going to buy aggressively and add it. And then on that 4th day, day number 4, the market smiles like this, rubs its hand together and say, we got him. Yes, we got him. Stock goes to to $3. Or hold up, from 420 down to 4 to 390 to 350. Then from 350 it bounces up to 410. You're thinking, maybe we're on to something here. I'm not as red as I just was. But then it slowly dwindles down back to 350. And then to $3. And then by the end of the day, the stock is at 129. And then we want to know what happened to our accounts. How did our 50K account go down to 5K in one day? This is the risk. So every time the stock goes against you, past your stop in the trade, you have to cut the loss. Whether you're hyper scalping or not, there's always going to be another setup, another trade, another opportunity. We don't need to be married to a weak stock. It's not easy, but it's what's required of us to be great in the market. And so you guys know my style, which is I look forward to any challenge that's in my way, especially when it's on the verge and on track and on course for me to be the best version of myself, right? Because ultimately that's the goal here, from progress, and the overall goal is greatness. How can I continue to be a better version of myself? Because I truly believe that the best version of me can do anything. I can stop trading today and tomorrow try to become an astronaut tomorrow. Tomorrow I could fall in love with space and try to become an astronaut. And I know the best version of me can be out there doing a spacewalk. So if I continue to refine and continue to learn from my mistakes, what is possibly going to stop me from cutting my losses in a trade? In fact, what I do, right? I say to the market, you know what? You got me. But you know what? I look forward to you putting me in that same situation again, so that I can prove to myself that I'm worthy. I can prove to myself that I'm capable of being disciplined. And so tomorrow or later today, there's going to be an area where the market is going to try to frustrate me. I will not get frustrated. I will stay locked in, and I'll get the next opportunity. I'll get the next trade. I'll get the next trade. And I'll get the next trade, man. I'll get the next opportunity. It's not easy. It never was easy. It never will be easy, but we got to step it up, man. We got to rise up and do all the right things and continue to practice that good discipline. It doesn't have to be overnight, but slowly but surely. And I've seen it in my trading over the last 5 years, right? Which, from a much more rough around the edges to becoming a little bit more polished, a little bit more smooth. And even on a year like this, where we're having our best year ever, even at this point right here, right now, I could say out loud that if I was a better version of myself, my year could have been double, if not quadrupled. And I could have been sitting at $1 million plus on the year as of this date, if I was a better version of myself. So I know what the goal is. I know what the goal is. One day at a time, and something to keep in mind is that even if you're a little older, and ultimately time is on our side, meaning the market isn't going anywhere. And in 30 years from now, when I have reached a better level of refinement of myself, right? And this is over the years, right? So 30 years from now, what is it gonna be like in terms of profits? Let's just look at the profits, right? There's gonna be no real significance in me missing out on an extra 700K, 600K of this particular year. Because by the end point of 30 years of trading, maybe I'm at 50, $60 million in gains. What's the difference of 60 million versus 61 million, or 60 million versus 60.5 million? You know, there's no difference there. So I don't need to feel any rush or FOMO, you know, but I'm going to continue though to chase down my best lap time over and over and over until it no longer makes sense to do, until it's impossible to do. If I reach such a place where there's a ceiling in this space, it is perfectly understandable to then try and maintain it and just, you know, keep ourselves a well-oiled machine. But until I find some sort of a ceiling, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. And this doesn't necessarily mean P&L wise, but performance wise, right? Performance wise. Because sometimes you can hit up into a slow market and, you know, small caps could be dead for a few months or something like that. But performance wise, we have to do what's necessary. You know, so even me reviewing and coming with a change like what I've made the last few days, which is, hey, like, do not trade this stuff right here. This, I do not want to trade this. I cannot afford to trade this because I've just been giving back so much. Like, yeah, it honestly doesn't make sense to trade the backside at all, right? Because the stock is in a downtrend, and I'm trying to get the small bounces that comes within this downtrend. Whilst it's much better to just trade the uptrend and take the dips as they come, because we're likely to keep going, right? So the dip have more of a chance of bouncing and bouncing with more follow through. So it's like the risk on these moves going down is just so much more higher in so many ways that if I just avoid them altogether, I can retain more of my gains. I don't need to be Hercules and Superman to be the matrix of getting in here, timing this perfectly, selling on this small move here, and then doing that again, and then doing it again. Like, I don't need to get those 3 trades there. I don't need those 3 trades. The risk is so high. What's more likely to happen is that I'm in too high right here, right? And I can zoom in here. I'm in too high. What's more likely to happen is that I'm in too high, and then I'm selling in the bottom. And then that just leads to more frustration and then anger, and before you know it, you give back most of your gains, half your gains. Sometimes what we have to do is very simple. But can we come out here and execute? Can we review, see the mistake, and say, hey, this is the change I'm gonna make? Which is why studying every day is not a bad idea, because it can help you to be quick to make a change towards mistakes and then the current market trend. So if the market changes up tomorrow and we study tomorrow's session, we can then see, okay, this is what we're doing wrong, and this is how we can game plan for the new momentum that we're seeing. And I really have to do a better job at that, flipping the switch. You know, it's why last month, throughout those 2 weeks, I didn't do as well as I could have done, right? Like, you have to look at that mistake that you're making, put solutions in place, and then stick to it. And those 2 weeks, I continued to sell my trades too soon. I had almost all the right entries throughout those 2 weeks, but I would not hold the stocks long enough, which I was capable of doing before. I don't know why I had such a hard time giving those bigger volatile moves a chance. I go back and watch, if I held just for 10 more seconds, 7 more seconds, instead of making 15, 20 cents, I could have been out $2 a share. And it makes such a crazy difference on the day. And not to mention what it does for you mentally in terms of confidence to then take more sides, to then rinse and repeat, and then you're in that positive loop of just dominate. Everybody who did well, that's what happened for them, right? Like nothing here is a secret. Like there's no secrets here as to like why somebody can do well in a day, right? Like it's this same stock right now. If somebody's up 20 grand on this stock, I already know what happened. They're using much bigger size and maybe took a few more trades, right? Assuming they're hyper scalping. If they're trading a different strategy, maybe they're in holding longer, stuff like that. But if someone who's hyper scalping is up 15, 20,000 on this same stock, they have pushed more share size and took a few more trades. Maybe caught this bigger green candle here as well. Like there's no secret as to what goes on here, right? There is no secret. So we all got to keep pushing, man. That's the key. We just keep pushing. No matter what's going on, we block out the noise. We utilize each other as positive, positive inspiration and motivation. That's how it is for me with all the traders in the chat room. Even in a month like last month where I didn't do as well as I would have liked, I look at all the guys, Tim, Marcelo, all these traders, even some of the students, right? Beam, Minty, Dynasty, all these guys in the chat, right? I mean, the list is so long. And I utilize that as encouragement, motivation. Hey, if I can improve a little more, make some adjustments, I'm right where I need to be. Right where I need to be. Crispy is a little bit more private, right? Save as well. Crispy's a little bit more private. So I will not say how much he made, but looking at what these guys are doing, man, it just makes me so happy that I'm in the right space. Even on the red days, we have to not forget that, right? Even on the red days, the red week, the red month, the red year, we cannot lose sight of the awesomeness of what day trading is and what it could be if we can make it to the other side and become consistent. Here I am in my home office at 11:40 a.m. on a random Wednesday or Thursday, random Thursday, with $4,000 in gains. There's not many other careers and fields out there that are really this rewarding. There are some high-paying jobs and careers, don't get me wrong. You get into the medical field for sure. There's a lot there. Those high-level doctors and surgeons. You got some top lawyers. There's the orthodontists, the different types of dentists. There's some software engineering fields. These are like the more common ones, right? Like software engineering, some IT. And then from there you'll have like the highest positions of a lot of other careers and jobs that are out there. Like the higher position, the really high positions. From there, just go straight into like CEOs and then owners of businesses, right? Executive positions on the board, and then entrepreneurs who are running successful businesses to see this type of gain in this type of time, right? Because we're not here. We're not here, and it's not 9 p.m. right? It's not 9 p.m. and we're still here. It's 11 a.m. I could leave now and then do whatever I want for the day, right? So we still have to consider the time frame of which this is being done. And so, I mean, it is really impressive what this field could be when you figure it out. But that's the key, is to figure it out, right? Whether it's this strategy, some other strategy, if you can figure it out, man. And again, do not let any obstacles that are in your way that you can see, that you know of, stop you. It's very difficult when there's a problem and you have no idea what the problem is. There's a gas leak and you don't know where the leak is coming from. You can't figure it out, or there's even no scent. And you just don't know why or how. But when you can see the problem, that's already half the battle has been won. It's now a matter of finding solutions, putting them in place, and then having the discipline to execute. Because it's also the type of field where, despite having a mentor and a teacher, despite having access to the classes and seeing what we're doing, at the end of the day, no one is going to come to save you from yourself, right? Only you can save yourself, right? In the aspect of that mental battle. You have the angel showing up on this shoulder. You have the devil on the other shoulder whispering into your ears. You have to always choose the side of what's right every time, every single time without fail. Which is why what we're doing is pretty ongoing. It's not just one, you do it one time and then you're free. This is what really makes it difficult, right? Because it doesn't stop. Tomorrow I have to come and be just as disciplined, if not more, just as focused, if not more. This is where the job becomes like difficult, if you want to say, right? Because like your foot has to always be through the full throttle. And we're people, we're humans, we go through different cycles and moods, and there's personal things that people will deal with outside of the market, and then you have to come and trade. And all these things can somewhat affect your mindset, your mojo, your mentality. But, the bottom line is, if you're a gladiator and you're going into that arena, and which is why I like the analogies of war and just battle, because it's very, like, the mistakes that we make can have a lot of impact. And, if we're going into something knowing that, hey, I need to be my best self or I'm gonna lose, which is what, fighting in an arena basically is, right? In a boxing ring, if you don't bring your best effort, your best shot, you're just gonna not reach the goal. It's possible you can fall short. It's possible you can undercapitalize. It's possible you might not be aggressive enough for the type of momentum you're seeing. All these things are possible. In fact, I've seen the Ross Cameron video of him saying it was the anniversary of his birth. Was it his birthday or his dad passing, something like that? And even a trader like that on like the highest of levels, right, still fell victim to like an emotional like swing on that day, right? So it's like nobody's really safe. Like the market is here to just waiting to just get us the moment we mess up. And so from the outside looking in, what we do can seem easy, especially on the smoother days. I get we're not working in the sewer systems, we're not, building bridges and tunnels, but it's not easy. It is not easy, man. It's not easy, not even for a second. But we know our best selves are capable. Our best selves can, push through, hang on, and perform. So that's quite a long speech right there. Let me just check the scans here again. I'll check the chat. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. CELU. If this one gains volume, it could be interesting. CELU. Let me fix up my screens up above. That way I have everything on watch. WBUY definitely slowing down right now. And we saw this with a lot of penny stocks where they slow down and then later in the day something else come, or maybe the same stock curls back up. ELWS. Not looking good. GEO, DUO. I have this like high-low ticker on my DAS platform as well that I'm looking at. In combination with Momo Pro. I also have a high-low ticker from E-Trade. These are like things that are like just built into the platform. If I go to single screen, you guys will also see that I have a Thinkorswim like watch list slash some stocks that have moved up. These are like just built into the platform, and it's good to just have it there, just in case. There's also this You guys can copy this too. That's it. This is in Thinkorswim. It'll pull up some of the stocks that we look at. Then you have Momo Pro for alerts, alt alerts, also a high-low tick here. You can always come down and check out the discovery section as well. So for the most part, we're seeing everything, which is why CELU is a stock to keep an eye on, just in case it does go over 230. Let me do a quick rotation through the watch list. BNZI, CELU, CYN. CYN thought we could have gotten a little more out of this one, but it's all good. ENSC. I'll also check out the comments here in a sec. Check. I believe Momo Pro is about 38 bucks a month. It's not too expensive compared to some of those other platforms out there. This no filter is what I use in pre-market. I mean, even right now, it's not bad to keep an eye on it, just to see everything in the market here, including penny stocks, 5 symbol stocks, everything. And I can scroll down and see what I would want to keep an eye on here. This one's too cheap. VHAI, too cheap. A lot of stocks around 1 cent. This one here, not enough volume. And also it's been a long time since I traded a 5 symbol stock. Maybe like 2 years. Every once in a while you'll get one of them that actually moves like a normal stock, and then you got to go where the opportunities is. So where the opportunities are. So how about this one here? CELV, but there it's not showing the volume. CELV. Is there any volume? Okay, no volume there. And we're coming down on the lower percentage moves here. DXYZ, $25 stock. Honestly, doesn't look like it, but this one doesn't look like it was bad. Like this looks pretty decent. Save from the chat room, he probably got involved on this one. Low of 20, got halted up on a red to green. And then from 20, this is a nice uptrend right here. All the way to 27. Nice. The key, though, would have been not giving back on this backside. There were some, and look at this, like triple bottom. This looks pretty good. There were some, bring up the drawing tool, horizontal. Where is it? There we go. This looks pretty good right here. Not a bad bottom. This is exactly what we want to see. But other than this, yeah, the key would have been to not give back. I do like that E-Trade has these options. Thinkorswim's also pretty good too. The doodle, there it is. So these bottoming wicks here, really nice to see. If they're a command to delete them, Left click. Left click. You know, something that I do like about E-Trade is that they have this Bloomberg feature here. Like I can come in here and watch Bloomberg at any time. Is it on commercial? It looks like it's on commercial break. I probably get a copy. I probably shouldn't show this. Yeah. Well, I think just for a minute it will be fine. But desktop audio. Is it even working? Is this working? I'll wait for it to come on. Once upon a time ago, I used to watch this all the way till it closed. After the live streams, like for every day, for like a year straight. Some of it is noise because, you know, it's... How do I say this? Some of it is, let's just say some of it is noise, but there's some insightful things on there at times. You still got to make your own decisions, though. On commercial break.
Everything.
There it is. Is my audio coming through? It doesn't look like it is.
Tech day. Elon Musk's big bet on Donald Trump has paid off. We're looking at the market capitalization of Tesla.
How do I fix this? All right, that's enough before they take down this live stream. But yeah, that's a good feature of E-Trade. If you have E-Trade, you should have access to that. Bloomberg TV, 24/7. They're pretty. The crew over there is they're actually pretty good. They're pretty decent. Good to have in the background if you're doing other work, things like that. Got a lot of big P&Ls in the chat today as I'm looking. Big Beam, brother. Oh my gosh. Big Beam went crazy. 16,000 on WBUY. Let me show you guys the chat right here. I'm gonna jump down in Gen 1. Hang out a little bit. Holy smokes, man. The Relentless trading chat room. The most profitable chat room in the world. Hold on, let's just go to full screen here. And yes, all these purple names are students. Where do we have today? Today, some people traded pre-market, it looked like. Alex was red. Looks like Alex was red. I'm not sure why it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like Alex was red. MNQ in the green. Persay, small green. And that was earlier. Trev, $56. Dan, $100. Getting it done. Some of the students with smaller size. Way to go. Nick, big boy size. 5K on WBUY. Broker trade, small green. Marcelo, early day, 5K. You guys will see the greatness of the Relentless Trading chat room here, man. Jimmy, small red. Uh, let's see, Mr. Man, green, 534 bucks. Zeus, red today. Day 4, first red day in the sim, minus 60 yesterday, up plus minus 60 to plus 800. Wait, what is that? I'm not sure what that's saying. Maybe it's green 800 over the 4 days after the loss of 60 bucks today. Jay, way to go. Looks like there's some conversation there around PDT, SF. Small size this week. So far, so good. And here we get into some of the more recent big boy P&Ls. Gus, 12,000 and 10,000 of that coming from WBUY. Cactus Raw, perhaps biggest day ever, 3K. Chat room special, man. There's no other community where you have this amount of traders that are profitable in one area, like the concentration is just insane in this space right here. I mean, just look at these beautiful gains. You know, do I need to zoom in a little bit? Look at these beautiful gains, man. This is insane stuff. Wait, how about Lucas? Gambit, 9K on the day. 9,000. 6K WBUI. 3,000 NMHI. Talk to us nicely here, man. Momo Bro, first 1K day. Shay, getting it done, holding it down for the girls, getting it done. 400 bucks. ZH, getting it done with the small size and nice accuracy here, by the way. Big Beam saying he's exhausted. $18,000. $18,000 in a day. This is why I was saying, you know, maybe other high level positions like surgeons and high level dentists and, you know, lawyers, because this is what we're capable of here in the course of just a day. If you thought I did pretty well, check out those P&Ls over there, right? So another 400 bucks here from charcoal. Way to go. And I forgot to hit the thumbs up emoji on all these things. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna jump into Gen 1 and maybe hang out a little bit. Check the watch list here. So for those of you who are interested in getting involved and learning how to trade, be sure to check out Merciless Markets, right? That's the day trading course that I have. I can post a link. I can check our backend here and see. Perhaps I can give a 40% coupon for those of you watching on right now if you're inspired, if you're interested. The poll earlier said about 60% of people, I believe, that are watching on in the channel were red, as in not consistent. So how can we help get you guys towards consistency? Well, it starts with education, especially if you're a newer viewer. Even if you're somebody who's been around and the strategy that you're trading is not working, or if you're trading the same strategy and you're not quite profitable, a lot of the times it's small tweaking, small adjustments. You know, that's usually the key. So being able to watch our live trading archives, being able to reach out to us, being able to see our study sessions, or let's say participate in our study sessions, being there for our Q&As, all these things can definitely help improve your trading, especially the archives where you can go back and watch the entirety of the day and see every single entry and exit that we took from start to end. You know, imagine being able to go on the floor of the exchange and shadow someone, walk behind them as they're going terminal to terminal, phone call to phone call, to see exactly what it is that they're doing. You know, I'm pretty sure you can catch on, right? It's possible that you can catch on and pick up on the craft, and before you know it, you know, you can become consistent, right? And of course, we do not guarantee success because you can't guarantee anything in life. As in, we don't even know if we're going to wake up tomorrow, type of thing, right? I mean, that's what life is all about. But what we do guarantee is our transparency, that we show everything, we don't hide anything, everything that we do is there, and the curriculum is very good, easy to digest, very progressive. So you guys can check out the beautiful MMU today. John Money, RT and his crew are the truth. You know, the people, it's kind of sad what's going on really, like on a one-on-one, right? If I'm to just like talk with you guys here, like what's going on in this financial market space is sad in terms of fake traders, fake gurus. There are so many people who are good at marketing but are actually not profitable traders at all. And because they're good at marketing, they're able to sell some sort of service. And then that's what's like, you know, funding their lifestyle. Like for us, we don't even market at all, right? Which honestly, we might be doing ourselves a disservice. We don't even market at all, and we're good traders, right? There's definitely there's definitely opportunity in terms of like a business, right? Like there's definitely opportunity for us to like, if we're to like grow in terms of a business, there's opportunity. And the good thing about us is that we're real transparent traders. So what we're teaching people, we can actually change lives, which is what we've been doing here, right? Versus following some random nonsense that that guy is not profitable, and then you probably will never become successful because there is no strategy, right? And these people are doing this in like various shapes and forms, like it's insane. So when we post these videos and people say that we're fake, it's totally understandable because everybody else that they've seen so far, most people, 95% of the people are fake. So it makes complete sense. So we're kind of fighting an uphill battle in terms of like proving that we're real, as transparent as we are already, right? When it comes to like other social media platforms and these things, you go around the table and people are saying they're up 5, 10, 8, 9, 10,000. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would have said there's no way, right? Like so many people that don't know what is here in the market. Like it's some crazy stuff, man. Most people, all they see is they watch CNN or NNBC, whatever it is, and they hear, "Hey, market crash today." They see some sort of chart on the side of the screen, and that's it. Dow Jones on the top of it. Most people, that's their understanding of the market. And then you have various levels of education and different skills, and you know whether it's investing or swing trading, day trading, and so forth. There's definitely different aspects and point of views. I mean, hanging out with the guys from the broker, the Guardian headquarters, the Guardian trading, it's a very different look at trading. Like I spoke to this guy who was on the board of Goldman Sachs before, like, you know, he's like straight up like what we do they would never waste their time doing because they do it on such a higher, like a much higher level, like in terms of high frequency trading. Like they have algorithm trading thousands of trades a second and a minute, and so for them, like, you know, doing this doesn't, why do this, why waste time doing this, right? So there's definitely different outlooks. I need to know what size these guys were using, so I'm gonna ask them. $30 to $33K blocks. Tim 90. Dang. I guess I did go up to 80K once when I bought twice. I went up to 80K one time. Tim 40, he worked his way up to 45K blocks. I mean, I was kind of there. See, I think that big move, this move right here, bro. This sequence was just such a. If I was to, if I did not get frustrated, or if those trades were winning trades that like they should have been, I would have been, I would have been right where I needed to be to dominate this candlestick. This candlestick here alone is like 5 grand. And what's the low? 30, well, 38 to 54. That's 10, 14, 16 cent. No, more than 5 grand. With 40K shares, with 40K shares, I could have made here like 8,000 on this candlestick. Or let's yeah, yeah. I think that's fair. Is that fair? Maybe not. Okay, maybe let's say 5 to 6,000. 19K times 2 to 25K. It looks like I just needed to take more trades. I think I might have had bigger size than most of these guys. And we were on a good roll early, and then we kind of had that slowdown. But great to see the boys, the team, locking it in. Look at how many shares Lucas has traded here. This is insane, man. 13 million in 13 million. So 26 million shares total. That's insane. These guys are probably still trading it. I mean, it's it's giving some green candles every now and again. The NZI, CELU, the volume still a little too light for my liking. I'm thinking maybe time for lunch, and then we see what Power Hour has to offer. The moon, man. The moon. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this might do it for the live stream. What do you guys say? I'm gonna look through all the comments here, and then perhaps we shut it down. Tesla 300. Yeah, the broker max loss is a good idea as well if your broker allows it. I know, like Lightspeed. I buy if I'm in on the dips, I'm back out for the pop. So here, okay, John, short seller. Yeah, there's people with different strategies, watching on. Yeah, being around it's a mindset, right? Being around the profitable traders. Why? How do I get out of this? Okay, there we go. Any tips for a beginner trader? Take it slow. Slowest is the fastest way. Slowest is the fastest way. Take it slow. Find a good mentor. Find a good community. Find a good mentor. Find a good community. Find somebody who's real, whether it's myself or somebody else, right? Find a good community. From there, take it slow. Pace yourself. Learn, work, grow every day. And utilize the simulators. Utilize the cash accounts. Small size, right? You don't have to start off big account and go crazy. In fact, it's best to prove concept first. Prove that you understand the style of trade, the strategy, and do that consistently for a few months. Use 10 shares, use 5 shares, maybe not even 100, 5 shares, 10 shares, 30 shares, or trade in a simulator. Prove that you understand the strategy that you're following, right? And then after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months of consistency, then increase the share size and continue to do it, right? That's the best way to go about learning how to trade. If you don't find a mentor, someone who's transparent and consistent, then you're going to be trying to invent a strategy on your own, which, whilst could work, is a very tall task. You're going to essentially be Einstein, right? Trying to figure out your own strategy. It's not impossible, but it's going to be difficult because you're not working with anything. You're starting from scratch, right? So keep that in mind and take it slow as you go. How do you get a payout on your earnings? Just wondering. Well, whatever amount of money I make, I can transfer it to my bank account. It usually takes about 3 business days. We still always want to keep in mind taxes. And I just was on my accountant yesterday. I have to send some more money, or let's just say I'm going to be paying even more money in the next few months. Which you got to pay, you got to do what you got to do. Unless maybe you're living in Puerto Rico or somewhere else. But yeah, we can transfer the money to our bank accounts. It takes about 3 business days. If you wire it, can you do? I think you can do wires. It'll take 1 business day or less. Let's see. RT, how do we become mentors? Mentors? Do you mean a moderator? Like a moderator in the chat? And also, last question here. What is your strategy? So I like to call it hyper scalping, right? It's a form of day trading where we capitalize off of momentum. We trade very frequently, not so much to where we're high frequency traders per se, but we trade very frequently, hundreds of times a day, capitalizing off of market volatility, usually making a few cents at a time. Most of our trades last just a few seconds. You might see other scalping strategies out there where people are holding for a few minutes at a time. For us, we're in and out a few seconds at a time. And the idea behind that is that we find it much easier to predict where the stock will be in the next 5-10 seconds versus the next 5-10 minutes, or, even in bigger proportions, the next 5-10 months, 5-10 years. And what allows us to have high accuracy doing this is 1, the chart pattern, 2, stock selection, 3, level 2 in market depth, and 4, over time educated intuition. So coming back to the chart patterns, there's about 20 different patterns / edges that we look for each and every day. On top of that, we have to select the right stock. The stock must be liquid. The float must be on the lower side. Float, aka shares available to trade. The float must be on the lower side. The volume must be high. With limited float and high volume, that's essentially supply and demand, right? Economics 101. With limited supply and high demand, things become very volatile in the stock, and we are able to capitalize off of that high change in momentum, the frequent change in momentum. Stock goes up, stock comes down, stock goes up, stock comes down. We're able to position ourselves properly within all of that chaos to come in and out quick and clean, right? And it does require a lot of discipline as well, because the strategy can be there, but then the best example is we have traffic signals: green, yellow, red. People still go through red lights. People still speed through the yellow. Yellow stays slow down. Sometimes the light is green and somebody's texting on their phone. They're distracted, right? Accidents happen. Accidents happen at intersections all the time. Why? There's a traffic signal to ensure that nobody gets into an accident, but the accident still happens. So, the strategy and us as mentors can only do so much. Some of it is still on the student to be disciplined and to continue to build towards consistency, because it's not easy. But that's the strategy, and I think maybe this is where we shut it down. The amount of fees, okay, that's a good point. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold up. Give me a minute. Actually, to be safe, let me go to white screen here. Hold on. Give me like 2 minutes. Give me like a minute. I gotta make sure my password and username is not leaked onto the public, or I'll be doomed. One of the drawbacks of being a live streamer. let's see. I paid about 600. Oh, yeah, 600 in fees. My net P&L. Here, I'll post my net P&L in the chat. Let's post the net P&L in the chat for the people to see. Bang, bada boom, bada bang. And there it is. Net P&L 4.1 versus gross at 4.6. Actually, it's not bad. 500 in fees. I guess I didn't trade that much. Not many shares. But yeah. Okay, that's going to end it off for us. So for those of you going the distance, continue to be disciplined. Continue to be patient. We actually did not go down in Gen 1, so maybe we do that here after the live stream, hang out with the community. But yeah, take care, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys next time. All right. That thumbs up on the way out. And I'll see you guys bright and early again tomorrow morning.